So, like usual, let's get settle ourselves, settle our bodies first in the place where we're sitting. And then, so get comfortable in your posture. And then focus gradually as you relax in your body. Let go of any tension, disease, discomfort, and tightness, or heaviness, or darkness. And then, so just breathe in a relaxed way and gradually focus your mind either on your breath or another object of meditation for a few moments. Try to focus your attention and let go of, giving your attention to everything else except what we're doing during this session. Right? You can also kind of mentally plot the course that we're going to take over the next hour. Generate an intention to just focus to the best of your ability to focus on, this entire practice that we're going to do. And then as a condition for helping to do that, just focus on something very simple now for a few moments. And then let's visualize all sentient beings seated around us, beginning with our mother and father in this life. So our mother and all of our female friends and family to our left, our grandmothers and aunts and uncles, sisters, and female friends, partners, and so forth. Daughters, perhaps, to our left and behind us. And then over all of our male family and friends, beginning with our father of this life immediately at our right, and then our grandfathers and uncles and so forth to our right and behind us. So remember how in this life, we have a special connection with all of these people, being part of the same family or being friends. And countless previous lives, all sentient beings have been in this kind of relationship with us at some point, or these kind of relationships with us at some point. But in this life, it's these people we have a special connection with. So remember their kindness to you, how they've supported you in the past, in the present, how they'll continue to benefit and support you in the future. And remember your responsibility to repay that kindness by using your life in a way that's beneficial to them and to the world in general. So it's quite easy to generate a sense of concern and loving kindness and compassion for people we're close to. But it's so next we turn our attention to the people for whom it's most difficult to generate that sense of concern. So people who we tend to become most angry with, or dislike, or disregard, not care about. So such people, bring them to mind and visualize them in the space in front of you, facing towards you. So towards these people, we can think they give us opportunity to practice patience and to strengthen our resolve to practice kindness and have compassion for all sentient beings without excluding even one. So it's these people who really challenge us to do that and thereby give us opportunity to grow in that regard. And in countless past lives, they've also been our friends, mother, father, family members. And they have the same wish to be free from suffering, and they have happiness just as we do, and the potential for those, and the right to those. And then think about all the other sentient beings who don't fit in these class of friend or enemy. So think of all the other sentient beings of the countless world systems, 6 realms, all in human aspect. So imagine them all in human aspects seated around you. So one way to generate a motivation is we want to work towards a bodhicitta motivation as much as we can. So one way to integrate a bodhicitta motivation, also with the wisdom of dependent arising, was to remember how all of these sentient beings, well, they experience different sufferings just as we do, how we're in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic on our little planet Earth right now, and that situation has arisen through various causes and conditions, right? By creating different causes and conditions from those immediate that we can see, like selling bats in a live wet market in China, and then contacting, sharing air molecules with one another, and slowly this virus is spread around the world. And all the reasons that we gather together with other people, from just shopping in the same store to wanting to have a meal together, wanting to talk together, then it's all those things have contributed to spreading the virus. Not to mention our karma that we've created in the past. We must have caused physical harm to others, and thereby there's the advent of this kind of physical harm coming back to us as a human family. But just as this kind of misfortune of the pandemic has arisen through the force of various causes and conditions which have come together, then we can create different causes and conditions that give rise to different kinds of results, right? Much better ones, well-being and happiness, peace, harmony, and so forth. So that's why we do a practice like this, to focus, to remember that all things are dependently arising phenomena. So by having wisdom, understanding that, then we can make more conscientious choices about what sorts of causes we create. And thereby we have some control of what happens in the future to us as an individual, to our family or friends, to the world, to all sentient beings. So one of the best things we can do is to generate the intention to benefit others as much as we can, and for that purpose to become fully enlightened. So try to generate a bodhicitta motivation, embracing the welfare of all sentient beings. And conjoined with the wisdom of understanding dependent arising, right? To whatever degree we have an understanding of dependent arising. Try to also remember that myself, other sentient beings, all the experiences that we have, our minds, are all in the nature of dependent arising. Okay, so then visualize a field of refuge in space before you, Shakyamuni Buddha or Aryatara, or one of your gurus, whatever you like. And generate the attitude of refuge. Thinking that this attitude of refuge and the Buddha Dharma Sangha, which is an embodiment of the Buddha Dharma Sangha, has the power to protect me and all sentient beings from the sufferings of this life, sufferings of future lives, sufferings of the lower realms, sufferings of all of samsara, and lead me to full enlightenment by teaching the Four Noble Truths unmistakenly. And then we can read the first verse of this prayer as a way of going for refuge. I take holy refuge in the I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. So today I think we'll skip this prayer. It's not actually part of the sadhana. And we'll go down to the visualization. So here we visualize the Guru, who is one essence with Aryatara, above the crown of our head, and then at the Guru's heart is Tara. And Tara's heart is the seed syllable, Tara's seed syllable, the green letter Tam. Okay, so visualize above the crown of your head. Above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and a moon disk. Upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind root guru, and appears as my root guru. Right, my root guru is seated. It just occurred to me, some of you might not have a root guru, in which case it's okay just to visualize Tara yourself. No need to visualize anything else. My root guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent sphere of rainbow-colored light. Is pink in complexion and wears the saffron robes of a fully ordained person, and a pandit's hat. It's like a yellow pointed hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holds a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blooms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip. It holds a bell and the stem of another lotus that blooms beside his left ear. At my guru's heart is Aryatara, and the female aspect, green in color, and seated in the dancing posture within a sphere of rainbow-colored light. Her left leg is bent up. Yeah, her left leg is bent totally up, and her right leg is partially outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart, and the mudra symbolizing the triple gem, which means the ring finger and the thumb are touching. And just where they touch, she holds the stem of a blue upali flower, which blossoms beside her left ear. Her right hand is extended over her right knee and is the mudra of granting sublime realizations. So it means her pointer finger and her thumb. The tips are gently touching. And between those, she holds the stem of another upali flower, which blossoms beside her right ear. She is beautifully adorned with the jeweled ornaments and scarves. So crown, necklace, small, short necklace, I'm not sure what you call it, then a little longer, a very long necklace, and then armlets on her upper arms, bracelets, anklets, a jeweled, sash around her waist, and so forth. So she is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves. And at her three places bears the syllables. So her three places are at her, it's like the third eye, the crown chakra, or just between the eyebrows, a little om. At her heart, at her throat, syllable ah. At her heart is the blue syllable hum. At her heart is also a lotus and moon seat, on which stands a radiant green syllable tam. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They are absorbed into Aryatara and become one. So visualize the Guru and Tara and the letter Tam at her heart, of the crown of your head. Main thing is to feel that they're actually there, whatever kind of visualization you can generate or not. Main thing is to feel their presence, to be certain that the Guru who is one with Tara, and Tara who is one with the Guru are there above your head. And then remember, they're the perfection of bodhicitta and the wisdom of dependent arising. The perfect embodiment of these. And then we make a request. Please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. And then we recite the refuge in bodhicitta verse. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. To remember all sentient beings seated around you. And then regenerate bodhicitta. And then we do the 7 prayer. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. So try to remember the 4 powers. The power of reliance, we just did with refuge and bodhicitta. The power of regret is what we focus on here. Remembering harmful, negative actions we've done in the past, and recognizing the drawbacks and the harmfulness of such actions. And then try to generate the power of restraint, thinking in the future, for as long as it's realistic, to not engage in such actions again. So now the rest of the sadhana is the power of, what do you say? The remedy. We purify. Okay, so now rejoicing. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. So spend a moment rejoicing. And then request, O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. I'm going to make a short mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha failed in offer. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. And then I do this purification visualization. There's 4 short visualizations. Please, so each begins with a request. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my body, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajrabhati. Make a request. And then we visualize white light emanates from the Om at Aryatara's brow and curves in an arc to enter my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajrabhati. And then second, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. And then we visualize red light emanates from the letter A at Aryatara's throat and curves in an arc into my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body of speech. And then we make a third request. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. And then we visualize blue light emanates from the Hum at Aryatara's heart and curves in an arc to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. And then the fourth request. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. And then we visualize now the three colored light beams, so white, red, and blue, emanate simultaneously from the Om, Ah, and Hum syllables, curving in an arc and entering my three places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. So remember, I said, Tara and the Guru are one. They're in their essence is the perfection of wisdom, of dependent arising, and bodhicitta. So now we visualize that the Guru and Tara, they dissolve into this essence. My Guru dissolves into Aryatara at his heart, who melts into green light, which flows into me. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent or existing from their own side or inherently existent, together with my dualistic mind and its views, disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. I concentrate one-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful omniscient mind. Right? So Guru Tara's blissful omniscient mind, which is the perfection of bodhicitta, caring about all sentient beings and wishing to do whatever she can to benefit all sentient beings, and for that purpose, being enlightened. And then the mind of wisdom, realizing that all phenomena are dependently arising, interdependently arising, and therefore all phenomena are empty of even the slightest atom of independent or inherent existence. So try to immerse your mind, especially in that wisdom of emptiness. Then, out of that emptiness, my wisdom mind manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body, seated upon a lotus and moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the syllable Tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally unified. So visualize Tara for a moment at her heart, green letter Tam, standing in the center of a moon disk upon a lotus, and then around the edge of the moon disk in a clockwise direction are the letters of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. So yeah, when you generate the visualization, sometimes it's good to kind of pan out, get a very broad view of the whole environment all around, 360 degrees above, below, and then gradually pan in, zoom in, I should say, and see Tara's whole body, from the crown of the head down to the soles of the feet, and the seat, her lotus seat and moon cushion. Mainly scan through, the body from the top down, and then from the bottom back up to the top. And just get, as much as you can, visualize some of the details for a minute or two. And then also remember, at her heart, another lotus, mundus, very small, at the center of her heart chakra, like the size of a half of a pea, the flat side upright, of course. And then in that letter tum, in the letters of the mantra. And then, but after a couple of minutes, well, here we'll just keep it very short. But if you're on your own, you can spend, a little longer. But visualizing, looking at the details of the visualization. After a few minutes, then you stop trying to fill in the details, and with whatever appears to your mind, you'd be satisfied with that, and just have the firm recognition this is Tara, and keep your mind single-pointedly focused on that without further analysis or yeah. So try to generate some visual image of Tara now, and then just focus on it single-pointedly. And then again, remember the entity, the essence of Tara is bodhicitta and wisdom of emptiness and dependent arising. It's never separated from those. Really, the image of Tara is like clay, which it's like a clay image, and the clay is the wisdom of emptiness and dependent arising, united with bodhicitta. So it's her substance, it's the entity, the essence of her, appearing in this female, this brilliant emerald green aspect to benefit beings. Okay, so now we will recite the praise to the 21 Taras. So visualize the 21 Taras in the space before you. And then as we recite the praise, there's one verse of praise to each of the 21. So imagine green Tara in the center, surrounded by the other 20 Taras with different colors and different mudras, some wrathful, some peaceful, some different aspects, from different implements. But just think they're all there. I can't visualize them all either. I don't really know the details of each, but think that all the 21 Taras are there in the space in front. As we recite a verse of praise, each one, imagine that one absorbs into you and blesses you. From your sublime abode at the Patala, O Tara born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times, please come with your attendants. The gods and the demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara, you who rescue all who are destitute. To you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning, instantaneous. Sponsor and opening stamens of thou, Lord of 3 worlds, terrible and lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullness, blazing with light razors splendid, as 1,000 dark collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water born in hand adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, her strength. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relayed on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with truth, whom desire direction and space, trampling with their feet the 7 worlds, able true dwarf with all these. Homage, worshipped by the all Lord, Chakra Agni Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, courtiers are Gandharvas, Yakshas, homage with their trident pets, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right, and blazing in her raging fire blaze. Homage to the very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at the heart her fingers, adorn her with bridal mudra. Light ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light. Mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all her guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with their home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage Krana adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments most shining. Amitabha in her hair, now sending out much light eternal. Homage she made Rita blaze like neon ending fire abiding. Russian weapon just surrounds you. Troops of enemies destroying. Homage she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats. Scaling with the letter home, the seven levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful. She whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed with omen swaha. Destroyer of the great evil. Homage she would just surround it, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Priest with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to the Wisi letter of the shape of syllable. By foot stamping shakes the three worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vidya. Homage holding in her hand the hair-marked moon of Deva lake form, with a spoken Tare and pen, totally dispelling poison. Homage she whom gods and their kings and the Kinaras do honor. Armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflict. Homage she whose to us bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With twice Hare and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage filling Homage full of liberating, powered by the set our three natures, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and raise corpses supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations thus are 21. So now imagine that you're blessed, or Tara's blessed, to be one in essence with all the Buddhas, and especially with all the 21 Taras. And then, this is very powerful Tara, whose essence is wisdom, realizing emptiness, and dependent arising, combined with bodhicitta, appearing in the aspect of Tara and the mantra and the light rays. So imagine green light rays radiate from all the letters of the mantra at your heart, so from the tongue, and then from the Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, standing upright around this very small moon disk at the heart of Tara. So imagine green light rays radiate out from all of these, very powerful, amazing, blindingly bright, throughout the entire universe, spreading in every direction. They purify the negative karmas, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara, and especially COVID-19 gets totally eliminated, and all the negative karma and afflictions which cause all the problems in the world get totally purified. Right? So we do some purification as we recite the Tara mantra. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, Om Tare Tutare Swaha, Om Tare Tutare Swaha, Om Tare Tutare. So one way to think when we're reciting the mantra is to remember that the mantra is an emanation, basically, of the wisdom of emptiness, dependent arising, and bodhicitta, the mind of great compassion, wishing to benefit all sentient beings. It's just those minds appearing in aspect, and it's those minds which actually do have the power to purify, all the suffering, because the source of all suffering in the world is ignorance, grasping at inherent existence. So the wisdom which realizes the lack of that doesn't exist whatsoever, eliminates that cause of suffering. And then another cause of so much suffering in the world is selfishness, right? People being egotistical and selfish, not caring about others. So bodhicitta is the very opposite of that. It's the radical altruism. So it's those minds that actually have the power to eliminate all suffering in the world and bring about the well-being and happiness of all sentient beings. So when we recite the mantra, we should remember that. So now, the second visualization, as we recite more mantra, is again, light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and the sentient beings who have become Tara. So imagine all the sentient beings around you have become Tara, and then all the Buddhas from boundless space. So imagine light rays radiate out from the palm and the letters of the mantra, Tara's heart, and make boundless offerings. So you can be very creative. Imagine all the beautiful, wonderful, enjoyable, most enjoyable things you can imagine and offer them all as we recite the mantra. Om Tari Tutari Turi Swaha, Om Tari Tutari Swaha, Om Tari Tutari. Om Tari Tutari Turi Swaha. And then the last visualization. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, infinite compassion, and all other positive qualities you can imagine, all the qualities of the Buddha, in the form of a great shower of light rays, right? These are showered down upon you and all sentient beings. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain of blessings. Om Tari Tutari Turi Swaha. Om Tari Tutari. Om Tare Tu Tare Swaha, Om Tare Tu Tare Swaha. So bring your recitation to a conclusion by strongly visualizing that you and all sentient beings around you have all become completely purified of all obscurations, afflictive emotions and obscurations to omniscience, and have perfectly developed all the qualities of the Buddha, of Tara, and have become Tara. Right? So strongly visualize without any, not even the slightest trace of doubt, that you and all sentient beings have become fully enlightened as Aryatara. And that the environment that you inhabit and all sentient beings inhabit has become the pure land of Aryatara, a blissful, beautiful, pure land. And then remember how all of these are empty of inherent existence. One taste at emptiness. And then we dedicate. So we'll do this short dedication here and then the King of Prayers. May I quickly become Guru Aryatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of these merits. May the supreme jewel, bodhicitta, that has not arisen, arise and grow. And may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. And then King of Prayers. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You lions amongst humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely full of Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans from the sound of the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas, and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done, with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wonders in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, all you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then, following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with eternal discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, and every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the six paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse in all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wonders in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come. May I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of the 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines amongst humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminating actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at the root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, Likewise, limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas a wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the five boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the three worlds will make offerings, going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit beings, subduing all interfering forces. They will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is a fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised the greatest, by all Buddhas gone to freedom in the three times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainment of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wonders in samsara. Through the accomplishment of this scripture dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And then the additional dedication prayers. So first of all, for the long and stable lives of all of our holy gurus, may all of our actions be only pleasing to their minds, and may we never displease them for even the slightest instant in all our lives, and may we never be separated from them. And may all their holy wishes be fulfilled right now without a second's delay, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Gangchen Rinpoche, Losum Tenzin, Serkan Senjat Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chun, and Constant Rinpoche, and for the long and healthy lives of all of our Dharma teachers, Geshe Sherab, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdo, Venerable Sangye Kadro, Venerables Olivia Rossi, Tenzin Namjong, Rabina Korten, Tenzin Gache, Tupten Kadro, and others. Quick enlightenment for all of our kind benefactors. I think that's mainly for Root Institute, who's and all the benefactors of FPNT and so forth, but especially Root Institute, who's sponsoring and hosting these sessions for their benefactors. And then for those who have health issues, problems, Venerable Deki and Brother Gangandip, Indira and Brother Marie Therese, who's in a critical condition as of 2 days ago, for Bharat Sima Ramachandraya and Nirmala, for Shibudi and Vidi Vedavali, Nishad Ahmad and Natalie, Beverly Bird, Isabel Tate, Mary Barnes, Betty Kelly, and then Bansal family, Gurus Maran Grewal, Jean Stort, Bharati family, Priya Srinivasan, Satish Viragade, and all others. So bring to mind anyone you know who's sick or in need of healing, direct your attention to them. And generate the wish that they be completely well and healthy. So may all those intentions be fulfilled. And then for those who have recently passed away, Yeshe Chode, Narsang Rao, Srinath Quintin Jones, Libaneus Mins, Vijay Saxena, Banamuti Joshi, Ashisha Bansal, Venerable Tenzin Dawa Chunu, Halam Niti Tolia, Elaine Sengelman, Shambag, Gopi Razan, and then take some from the bottom. Alfonso Iglesias, Etienne Stellens, Kurun Chaudhary, Hukun Singh Pal, Dharmesh, Sabah Hussain, Atul Badwal, Meenakshi Pal, Alok Kumar Churiwala, Rajshekar, and others. So all those who passed away recently are passing through the bardo. May they quickly take a precious human rebirth, or rebirth in the Pure Land, wherever that they can meet the best possible conditions to meet their guru and spiritual friends and quickly progress on the path to enlightenment. Especially all those sentient beings who've taken rebirth recently or long ago in the lower realms, the hell realms, hungry ghost, and state of the animal. May their karma to exist in that condition quickly be exhausted. And may they quickly take precious human rebirth and meet the holy Dharma and quickly become enlightened. And then for the Dharma projects, especially for Root Institute Wisdom Culture, and then its clinic, the Shakyamuni Buddha Clinic, and the attached school, Maitreya School, and then the nearby Maitri Project, and then all the other FPT centers in India, Nepal, and all around the world, and all the Dharma organizations, the monasteries, nunneries, and all the Dharma organizations which act in accord with the pure, unmistaken Buddhist teachings, and especially those who follow the advice of the Dalai Lama. May the conditions for them to be successful in all of their many projects manifest immediately. Sponsorship, volunteers, all kinds of other obstacles be cleared and conditions manifest. And then, in short, for the Holy Dharma to spread, especially in India, the land of its origin, and to flourish, may there be freedom, religious, political freedom in Tibet and all of the countries of the world. Where the Dharma has flourished before, may it flourish again. Where it has not yet, may it quickly spread. And in short, may all sentient beings be free of every form of suffering and have every form of happiness up to full enlightenment. And may all of our actions only contribute to these. And then add any other prayers you'd like to make in your mind, bring them to mind. So may all those, your virtuous prayers, also be accomplished in accordance with your wishes. Om Taritu Taritu Swaha. The end of this session. Until tomorrow. Same time, same place. We have Venerable Namjong